Hello, fellow drag racers. This is NHRA 1975. It's February 14th, 2026, and I just want to show you guys something I bought off Facebook Marketplace recently, and I think it's quite a deal, and it'll help the Monty a lot. Anyways, let me show you the box, and most of you guys will know what I'm talking about. Purchased a used Neil Chance racing converter. So if it's the actual box Neil Chance, it's likely a real Neil Chance racing converter, but I talked to the guy and he's a very trustworthy fellow, so I believe everything he said about it. So anyways, let's look at the actual converter. This is a 10-inch converter that was on in behind a I think over 600 cube big block Chevy, naturally aspirated, in a Chevy 2 I guess 2 chassis car. So it's in some ways it's the same in terms of the cubic inch. These 10-inch converters are meant for like large cubic inch, higher horsepower engines. I'm not there yet with, you know, these are like 800 and up, but I'm around 700, so it should be somewhat in the ballpark. It's a 4,000 stall as compared to the one I have now, which is like 6,000. So the one I have now is really slippery, but this one is should be much tighter, and I want to put it in to see what happens this year with it. I kind of at least want to make some kind of improvements to see what the car does for performance in terms of lowering the ETs. It's sort of hard to get motivated if I go to the track and I haven't done anything or very little. So this was one thing I allowed myself. It was a great price, so I just got it because I want to see what a better quality converter in terms of Neil Chance. Obviously that's a great name, as well as a less stall speed. Now some of the features of this converter, which are pretty cool, are it has the anti-ballooning plate. It has a billet rear housing, so that's pretty strong. It has these little removable tabs if you have a mid plate, but I'll just take them off. Other than that, I think this might work out much better than the one I have. You know, my shift point can change. You know, I can lower my shift point to maybe under just about 6 or 65. Play with that. This will hook up better, likely. It's just a better quality converter. Like all your racers out know, it's a good name. Neil Chance is a good name, and I did find numbers on it here. So I'm hoping maybe if I phone them, they can give me an idea of what it was about. But the guy said it was about a 4,000 stall. So I'll send this. I'll phone Neil Chance maybe next week and find out what's all happening with this thing. So I'm happy about that. So I'll install that maybe, I don't know, a few weeks or something. I want to raise up my wheel cribs one more level here to make it a little easier to get in and out. And probably while I'm down there, I'll mess around or get my neighbor to help me with the cross miter to make that easier to take in and out while I'm there. Okay, so that's the big news. So I paid a good price for this. Like, this is like almost a $3,000 converter to buy new, and I just fortunate that I was able to grab hold of it. So anyways, that's my Facebook Marketplace find of the week. Probably hopefully won't be any more of those for a while to keep the cost down. Next up, I guess show you what I worked on here. I put some new hoses to the carburetor, so I guess I was talking about that in my last video here. So I have these 6AN hoses now that go right to the carb. One thing I'd recommend, if you guys use these Evil Energy fitting kits, sometimes the hoses don't fit at all. These two hoses are not Evil Energy hoses. I think they're Russell or something. The Evil Energy hose right here would not go over this at all. So luckily my friend helped me out with this, and we hit some extra 6AN. So I think that should help a lot. That should just be a direct feed right to the carburetor from the regulator. Still have to reset the regulator, start the engine up, rev it to 1800 and reset the regulator level. That's the only way to do with these things in terms of the fuel pressure. So that's done. So that looks probably a lot better than what I had. Next up, the valve spring. Well, my friend and I tried to take this one out. We used a Moroso tool here. I'll give a little clip of sort of how it works. And the poor Moroso tool did not do the job. And sadly, I bent it a bit, and I'd lent it for my engine builder friend. I feel really bad about it bending. He said he could bend it back, but yeah, we tried to remove this, and what happened was like the Moroso tool would only go down a small amount, and it wouldn't really release the locks. So I was just like, I can't imagine if we had to actually reinstall one and we'd have to, you know, use that Moroso tool again. I don't know if it would even work. So this valve spring here is at 240, the seat pressure. It should be 250, but my engine builder friend said if you want to, just leave it and monitor it over the air. So I have my gauge, my Moroso gauge. I'll monitor this one over the air and make sure it's not getting too bad, and I'll take the girdle off every so often and monitor all the valve springs. They don't have a whole lot of passes on them, but you know, I think if I was to try to change the valve springs again, I'd buy this LSM tool, and it's just a way better tool. Here's a picture of one of them. The LSM tool is the only way to go. Like, I think my plans for these cylinder heads, I'm actually thinking of investing in them more, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to save up for a brand new set. I might try to put 230 intake valves in this thing. Right now, they're in terms of the diameter of them, of the seat, instead of the 219s, maybe go to 11/32 stem. Do a port, a very amateur porting job in terms of the seat, the throat, and put it back together. Probably put a thinner head gasket in, because this thing only has 180 psi cranking pressure, so in terms of cylinder pressure. So I want like a 13-to-1 engine. That's really what this should be. So I'll put a thinner head gasket in. I'll do that over next winter. That'll be next winter's project, probably, is to remove both these cylinder heads and get all that done. I could probably do it for under, you know, probably like $1,000, everything in. So I mean, as I said, a new set of cylinder heads is $6,000, and finding a used one, you never know what the hell you're gonna get. And plus, all my push rods fit. All this would fit, likely. Now I would have to check my piston to valve clearance with a thinner head gasket and stuff. But anyways, that's all a project, you know, potentially for next winter. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a set of cylinder heads. Or like, I don't know. But that's it. I think that's kind of my thing for next year. If I can save up and just get some money to redo the cylinder heads in terms of the intake valve and stuff, that's kind of what I like to do. So I kind of want to get more into doing more engine work myself. So I think I might buy that LSM tool just to remove these. And you can get the one that fits on the cylinder head in the car, but then you can also use it when the cylinder head is out of the car. So anyways, that's sort of my next year's project, long term, if I get to it. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. I did order the brake calipers. So the place said they're here. They should be here today or tomorrow. They actually had to ship them. I guess these aren't really too popular anymore, but anyways, I'll start working. Once I button up the rest of the engine, I'll start working on the brake calipers, and then eventually put this new Neil Chance racing converter, which I'm excited to see what it does at the track. Anyways, guys, that's it, and just a kind of short video, and wanted to show you the new purchase. Okay, talk to you later.